Some players near the bottom of the Melee and All-Me Top 100 selection process often lose out on their spots not because of lack of skill, but instead because of their lack of visibility. So with ballots closing out in less than a week, I want to highlight Long Island's #1 player, Darktooth, to do my part to make sure at least one immensely talented player doesn't slip through the cracks. So before we take a look at the Fox main's impressive year, let's take a brief look back at the road that brought him here. Darktooth started playing competitively around January of 2013 as a Falco main, and slowly started practicing and honing his skill until he entered his first event a couple of months later. As he continued playing through 2013, he slowly realized that Falco really wasn't the character for him and switched over to a Fox main in early 2014. Smash Bros. University 2.5 was the first event that Darktooth attended as a Fox main, and here he was able to take New England's Mafia to Game 3 in winners finals of pools. Being able to take a game off such a talented player kicked Darktooth's desire to get better at the game up into second gear, but this unfortunately happened at the same time he went away to the Crane School of Music, which has a nearly non-existent melee scene to help him hone his skills. This didn't discourage him in the slightest, as he used solo practice techniques like match analysis and tech skill practice in lieu of practicing with other players to still level up while he was away from Long Island. And every time he did return home for events, he took more and more sets and eventually rose to #1 on the Long Island PR, where he currently sits today. He also recently made his first appearance on the New York City PR at 10th above other top 100 contenders like Zealous 5000 and Rio Beat. And that about brings us to 2017 for Darktooth. This year he's attended 4 large events, with the first of which being EVO. Here he placed 65th, which was not bad at all considering his 2 losses were to Plup and KJH. He tied with a lot of well-known players and was able to take a set off Lovage, which totals to be an overall fairly solid event for Darktooth. The next big event was his best major performance of the year at Super Smash Con, where he finished at 33rd. Here he beat South Carolina's #1 player Smash Bob, as well as MDVA's 3rd ranked player Junebug, before falling to Mango and KJH yet again. Following that, we have Dark's worst major performance with his 49th place finish at Shine. Here he also suffered his worst loss of the year to Zio, who is a Captain Falcon main from SoCal, who is currently 12th on their PR, right behind Squid. His other loss came to the hands of fellow Long Islander 42nd, who took him out in a close Game 5 set. Lastly, we have the recent Tipped Off 12. Here his only notable win was to Pengi, who is a Fox main who is currently ranked 6th on the Central Florida PR. Darktooth also was almost able to add an amazing win over None at the event, but None was able to clutch it out in a last stock Game 5 situation. He was then knocked out of the event by fellow up-and-comer Cal, who went on an absolute tear at the event and ended up finishing at 5th. So now that we have an idea of what Darktooth's 2017 was like, let's compare his best wins of the year against other players that are on the top 100 ballot to see if he'll be able to make the cut for this year. For points of comparison, I've chosen some players who were ranked in the 70 to 100 range of last year's top 100 who are also on the ballot for this year's ranking. And something to keep in mind is that there are only 126 players who qualified for the Melee at All-Me ballot, including Darktooth, so that means Darktooth just has to be better than 26 other players to make the ranking this year. So with that understood, let's compare these players. Just from looking at these wins, I would say Darktooth for sure should be ranked better than Reno, NMW, and Nightmare, and probably be ranked worse than Drunk Sloth. As for Dark Atma, I think it's close, but his notable wins help edge Darktooth out over him. I think this bodes well for Darktooth's potential ranking in the top 100, and I think he'll fall somewhere between the 70 to 100 range for this year overall due to the volatility of ranking at this higher level. Yeah, so that's about it for this video. First off, I want to thank Darktooth so much. He sent me so much information. It was so nice on Twitter, especially with all the delays of this video coming out. Follow him over at DarktoothVG. Fantastic guy, and even more fantastic player. And again, I want to apologize for my lack of videos. Sorry I haven't really made anything since the Cal video. I have been streaming my Melee at All-Me bracket. Side note, follow me over at Twitch/SaveAsUntitled. To watch me stream that, and sometimes maybe I'll stream net play or like play against you guys, even though I'm not that good of an actual player, but some people enjoyed it the last time I streamed. But yeah, sorry I haven't been making a lot of videos. Life's been hectic. I have exams coming around this time, so it's been really hard to get anything done and having the time to do that, and streaming's a lot easier because instead of putting like 8 to 10 hours into a video, I can just stream for 2 hours and that's just it, and then I can upload that over here. I should have my ballot all the way up to 50 uploaded. Probably tomorrow I'll have the rest of the stream uploaded for that. And on top of thank you guys for being patient with that, I want to give a huge thanks to the most patient people, my Patreons, Nathan Simon, Nick Fade, and Ryan McLean. I really, really appreciate you guys. Sorry I haven't gotten around to doing the November video yet because I've just been swamped of like not even being able to make normal content as opposed to the Patreon content. So I will get that video out for you guys soon. That will be the next one I make. Yeah, that'll probably be the next one I make. I'll try my best to keep to that. And I think that's about it for previews of videos or any other updates when I'm streaming or stuff like that. Follow me over on Twitter at @SaveAsUntitled. And yeah, so I've been SaveAsUntitled. I'm happy to be back and make some more content, and I will see you guys next time.